Well, my project today is go ahead and replace the shifter cables on this bike. If you look a little closer, you can see they're actually kind of rusty looking. Here's a nice fresh brake cable that I replaced, and then these cables are just kind of rusty. You can look up here where it's a little bit clean, just where they come out of there. So I'm going to go ahead and replace the shift cables on here, and I'm probably going to go ahead and replace like this housing here because it's kind of bent at an awkward angle. It looks like it's kind of crimped there. So I'm going to go ahead and probably replace that too and take a look at some of the other cable housings as well. I'm going to start off by just cutting the old cables, just cut them right there. And then I'll go ahead and release the cable here from the derailleur. Just got this little hex bolt here, and I can just pull this old cable out. And this bike has like Shimano Rapidfire type shifters. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and shift it down into the smallest gear. Like pull this out here, and then with the smallest gear, if I go ahead and push the cable in, there's a small hole back here that the cable comes out of. So I can just go ahead and pull the old cable out. I figure I'm going to go ahead and just cut new cable housings while I'm at it. So here's the cable housing from the rear shifter back to the first cable stop. So here's a fresh piece of cable housing. So I'm going to go ahead and just measure this. So I'm going to just cut it the same length. And as always, I recommend getting good quality cable housing cutters, cable cutters. They're just going to make your job a lot easier than starting to try to use cheap cable housing cutters. Anyway, I'm just going to cut this the same length, just right there. And so now if you look here, it's kind of munched down a little bit. So I'm going to take a scribe and then just push it down in the middle there. And this will help open up the lining inside the housing there. And just do it on the other side. Just make sure that's nice and open there so that the cable goes through there nice and cleanly. Okay, so now here's the little hole in that the shifter cable came out. I'm just go ahead and insert the new cable in there and work its way through till it comes out through the barrel adjuster on the other side. And let's pull it through a little ways. Then I have my new cable housing here. So I'm going to fit a ferrule on one end, slide the cable into it, and then fit it up into the barrel adjuster there. Then I can go ahead and just feed the cable through till it comes out the other end. Then I'm just going to go ahead and just pull it through. And then the end of the cable there will fit and seat itself right inside the shifter there. Take my other ferrule, slide it onto the cable here, and slide it down to the end of the cable housing. And fit right on there like that. Take the cable housing and feed it right into this cable stop right there. That's the one that that cable had come out of before. Okay, the next stop is this little bit of cable housing here. The cable comes in there. So I'll pull this out of here, and that's in pretty good shape, but I'm going to go ahead and replace it anyway. I'll just go ahead and replace the cable housings from end to end. So got this here. Got a new piece here. Okay, stick a ferrule on each end of the cable housing, like that. Fit this into place, like this. And then go ahead and feed the shift cable in and through, and pull it through, like that. And here's yet another piece of cable housing right here. So I'm going to pull that off. And then I'll cut another piece for that using the same method. Just kind of like line it up, match the length. cut it like that. Fit a ferrule on each end of the cable. Fit it into the little cable stops here. And then also what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go ahead and just screw this all the way in for right now. This little barrel adjuster. Like that. Feed the cable in through there till it comes out down here. Like that. Feed the cable through here. And then just kind of loosely tighten it there. Now one of the things I want to do to adjust it here, I've got this all the way tightened in. I'm just going to go ahead and turn this out about one, let's do about 1.5 full turns there. That'll give us some room to move it in and out. This derailleur is really dirty. I'm going to clean that up later. And then I'm going to go ahead and make sure this cable's kind of pulled in here taut. And then I'm going to go ahead and tighten this little clamp bolt a little bit. I'm not going to just crank it down yet, but just enough so that the cable's not going to pull through there. And then I want to get this cable out of the way, so I'm going to just go ahead and trim this cable like that. And the chain is on the smallest cog here. I have the shifter shifted into the highest gear. So now I can go ahead and adjust the shifting on this. Okay, so I'm going to adjust this out just a little bit. Shifted 1 notch. Screw that out a little bit. Okay, so now when I shift it 1 notch, yeah, it's almost there. It goes up to the next gear. Shift it 1 more notch, it goes up the next gear. 1 more notch, goes up the next gear. 1 notch goes to the next gear. 1 notch goes up the next gear. 1 notch goes to the biggest cog. Click it, goes down. 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 Up. And so just a little bit. This is just kind of a little bit of trial and error playing with this. So that as you click the shifter, it should go up 1 gear. 1, 1, down, down. Okay, that's pretty close, and it may take a little bit of more adjusting, but that's pretty good for right now. So I'm going to go ahead, tighten this all the way right now. Just tighten the cable down. Let me trim this just a hair shorter. Just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a little crimp-on end on there. And it's got the little things in here. Crimp that down onto the cable right there. So I'm done with that shifter. Okay, now I'm ready to do the front shifter. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this cable out and pull the cable housing off and make sure that this is shifted to the smallest gear. And then, let me see here. There, the cable is going to come out through this little hole there. So I pull that cable out. Okay, so I'm going to feed the new cable here through the little hole that the other cable came out of. And work its way through. There we go. Almost. There we go. And then it's going to come out through the other end. There's a little barrel adjuster, so it's going to come out of there. I cut a new piece of cable housing here, and so I'm going to fit a ferrule over that, slide the cable into the cable housing, and let me see, how did this other one, was it routed? It's going to go into here like this. I need to put a ferrule on the other end. So put a ferrule over the other end, slide it over here into this cable stop right there, and then I can go ahead and push the cable through. Oh, it's kind of jammed up a little bit in there. Okay, there we go. Okay, now put the ferrule on like that, and into the cable stop like that, and pull it through. Okay, now I want to double check all the cable routings here, make sure they all seem to work here and don't interfere with each other. Like this. Okay, put that there, like that. I think I'm going to route this to the inside here like this. So it looks pretty good. Okay. Okay, now there's another cable housing that goes right back here from this cable stop down to this cable stop. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out of here. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut a new one of these. Okay, I cut a new piece of cable housing here, so put a ferrule onto each end. And it's going to go up through the back here like this, fit down into this cable stop here, and fit into this cable stop right here. And I got the new cable, so I'm going to go ahead and feed this in. And then help guide it out there. And then pull it down through there. Like that. And then here's the back side of the front derailleur, and it is really dirty. Unfortunately, it's about 8 degrees outside, so I don't want to take the bike out and wash it. So what I'm going to do is just loosen this and pull the old cable out. It looks really nice, very simple little clamping mechanism in here, so let's go ahead. I'm going to lose it just a hair more. And the cable is just going to fit right in there. And I have it shifted down. It's on the smallest ring there. So I'm going to pull the cable nice and tight there and tighten this down like that. Now the cable is going to be in the way when I try to pedal, so I'm going to go ahead and just cut a bunch of it off, just get it out of the way like that. Now to test the shifting on the front derailleur, so I'm going to go ahead and just try to shift it up one ring, and didn't quite go, and shift it up one more ring. Go to the big ring, middle ring, little ring, up. Not quite ready to go up to the big ring or the middle ring. Now I didn't mention it, but what I did was when I installed the cable, I took these barrel adjusters up here and screwed them all the way in. So since it's not quite going up to the middle ring, what I'm going to do is just go ahead and unscrew this out just a little bit. Just like a part turn, like that. And because these would also be used to adjust the shifting. And so this one is for the front shifter. And so in order to get it to shift up a little bit, I can just go ahead and screw this out, or counterclockwise here. So let's try this again. Okay, so shift it up one notch, almost, and then shift up one more notch. That goes up there, there, there. So it's not quite shifting, almost. Okay, so I'm going to turn this adjuster out just a little bit more, and I'll try shifting it up again. There, it goes up to the middle ring. It goes up to the big ring. Middle ring, little ring, shift it up. Not quite, so I'm going to move it out just a little bit. And try it again. It goes up to the middle ring, goes up to the big ring, middle ring, small ring, middle ring, big ring. Okay, now it looks like it's shifting pretty well there. Okay, I'm just going to trim this just off just a little bit more. Get this out of the way. Like that. I'm going to tighten down this all the way. It's pretty tight as it is though. Okay, now I'm going to put like a little crimp end on. So I'm going to slide this on here. Get these into the little crimp part of the cutters. And crimp that onto the wire. That'll keep the end of the wire from fraying or poking anybody. Okay, there it is, all done. Brand new shift cables, cable housings. I adjusted the shifting. I'm probably going to still have to spend a little time adjusting the shifting as the cable housings and everything, the cables all settle in. The shifting is going to adjust very slightly, so I'm probably going to have to spend a little more time adjusting the shifting, just moving the barrel adjusters out and get everything so everything's nice and indexed. And anyway, that's how you do it. Hope this helped. If it has, please consider subscribing to my channel and you'll see new videos as they come out. If there's anything you'd like to see in videos of how to do something on bikes, or if you have any questions, please let me know and I'll see what I can do. Anyway, hope that helps.